Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children.
Welcome on another episode, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're here for the very first time, thank you as well for being here today. Sherri Shepherd is currently being dragged for what she has to say about what celebrities are wearing at the Oscar party. She pointed out three people and in a video and talked about how there's a lot of nudity going on there and how people boobs and titties and all of that are just out and how people can actually do better because they are role models to kids and all of that, and people are coming out, especially she mentioned Megan the Stallion as well. She said her boobs were all over, like was out like that, and people are coming in with the take that celebrities are not responsible for raising your kids. You can as well be responsible for raising your kids. And some people are even saying the memories of you that I have in my head, like the memories of Sherri Shepherd they have on their head is literally when she's out there as well exposing her body and all of that. There are some on the other hand as well agreeing to what Sherri Shepherd has to say. I'm just going to let you guys watch the clip of what she has to say and as well what the people have to say, and then we are going to come back and talk about it. So stay tuned and let's get it rolling.
The Vanity Fair Oscars after parties seemed to have an unwritten theme. It was just a lot of nudity, okay? Julia Fox wore a completely sheer dress that barely covered her cookie jar. Zoe Kravitz graced us with her butt crack. You could see everything. Megan the Stallion wore a dark green gown with only matching green pasties to cover up her breasts. And so this is where I have to put my Auntie Sherri wig on. And I say this with all of the love that I have. Ladies, this is not it. And I say this because there are young women, young girls who are looking up to all of you. All of you. A lot of these celebrities, they say they don't want to be a role model. But here's the thing. It comes with the territory, being a role model. You can't escape it. Because, Megan, when you said you graduated from college, do you know how many young girls you inspired to go to school also? You didn't ask for that. You didn't ask for that, but they were watching you. I know, Megan, as an artist, you get a little raunchy. I done heard WAP and body yaddy yaddy. But I also say, and I listen to those songs too, but I also say, to whom much is given, much is required. And if you say, well, how do I know that these young girls are looking up to you? Because they look up to me too. And I get more girls coming up to me, young girls saying, Miss Sherri, I want to be a talk show host, or I want my own talk show, or I want to be an actress. I want to do what you do. So they are watching. And I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just concerned where all this is going. I said it before when I talked about Kanye's wife who went to the Grammys last month, and she took off her coat and had nothing on. And it literally, it wasn't just her cookie jar. We saw cakes and croissants, too, when she was standing there. But the one thing I would say is she looked very uncomfortable. And all y'all who are sitting out there, these young girls that are emulating you, they don't have security around them. So they're emulating you, and they go to these parties, and something tragic could happen. These are our future, these young women and these young men. You don't have to, dress down to your ankle. Willie made me wear this long dress. But, I'm just saying, just think about it when you're putting on this stuff. Like, who am I influencing? Who's going to be watching me? You never know. You never know. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I love all of y'all, but Auntie Sherri has spoken.
Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children. A few weeks ago, Kanye West paraded his wife fully nude on the Grammys red carpet. And I'm using the word paraded specifically because it was obvious by her body language and the way she was looking at him for direction and approval that her husband is the person that instructed her to do this. Kanye West, who is an actual father of 4 kids, 2 of which are little girls, and I don't recall Sherri Shepherd sharing any criticism of Kanye, his wife, and them being poor role models to little girls, let alone his little girls, that he has a direct responsibility to. Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children, especially childless women. We do not have to keep kids in mind in adult spaces, and we do not have to keep children in mind with every decision that we make. That is what parents are supposed to do. But the reason that you and so many people like you believe that, Sherri, is due to the patriarchal belief that a woman's purpose is to have kids, raise kids, and nurture kids. And it's not. Raise your own children. Teach them the difference between what is appropriate for children and what is appropriate for adults. Set rules, set boundaries, raise your kids, and take full responsibility for them, because as the parents, y'all are the only ones responsible.
So Sherri Shepherd talked on her show about her thoughts on Megan Thee Stallion and a few other celebrities' dresses at the Vanity Fair event. I think it was Vanity Fair. Okay, maybe I'm just old school, but I kind of agree with Sherri. There's a lot of people coming for Sherri, and I just feel like it's just a difference of opinions. I mean, I could be just going by societal norms and or my upbringing. And sometimes we just have certain things that have been embedded in our heads since childhood. I just feel like the Vanity Fair events, Oscars and all that stuff, I just feel like it gives sexy, you know, like, but not too much. Like, gives very sultry, very high fashion. Like, take it there, but not all the way there. Titty out, the ass crack out. It's just, girl, save that for like something else. As far as being the role models part, people need to raise their own goddamn kids. However, that does not negate the fact that young girls do look up to you. So it's going to be always a double-edged sword. No shade to the girls who be ass naked out here and who be revealing on social media and all that stuff like that. No shade to you. It's just not my thing. Like Sherri said, I like to leave something for the imagination. The rest of that shit is for my nigga at home, who I don't have. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Y'all can let me know y'all opinions in the comments, which y'all gonna already do. All right, bye.
So here's my thing. Sherri Shepherd is entitled to her own opinion. If she was not liking what Meg Thee Stallion and Zoe Kravitz was wearing on the red carpet, that is her opinion. But can y'all please raise your own damn kids? The thing about it is that I've never seen somebody grow up and say, hey, the reason why I robbed the bank is because Megan Thee Stallion had her titty out on the red carpet at the Vanity Fair Oscar party. And even Beyonce said it best when some reporter tried to critique her back in the day, like, listen, I don't raise children, parents are supposed to do that, so raise your kids. Like, this is such a Gen X thing to say, like, oh, y'all are supposed to be influenced. It's giving respectability politics, and I really need y'all to give it a rest. The President of the United States is a whole sexual. So if Meg liked it enough to wear it, that's her problem, not y'all's.
Sherri Shepherd addressing Megan Thee Stallion's Vanity Fair Oscars party outfit. Okay, no, but can we talk about this one, y'all? And the only point I really want to make is that it is irksome to me that older black women only seem to want to pull out that auntie hat from the closet to police what younger black women say and what we wear. But y'all never seem to pull out that auntie hat to address the young black men in our community wreaking havoc. It's interesting to me how y'all aunties only seem to care about being a role model, and what about the children when it's women behaving in ways you don't deem appropriate. But I never see y'all having the same energy for the male role models in society and how their actions could impact the youth as well. You got all this smoke for Meg Thee Stallion's titty meat, but Anthony Edwards is a famous NBA player that many of the male youth look up to, who is in yet again another scandal of impregnating a woman, but making it very clear on a public stage that he does not want anything to do with her or that baby. Now, of these two scenarios, which one do you think is going to have more of an impact on the youth? Don't worry, y'all wait. Kanye West is actively selling merch with swastikas on it and has been forcing his wife to walk around bucket the fuck naked. But I've yet to see you make any kind of video calling him out or putting on your auntie hat for him. But Meg's titty meat, though. Okay, girl. I've yet to see you call out male rappers for reinforcing gang violence, for reinforcing drug use, and that being impactful to the youth who listen to it. But that titty meat, though. Girl. And as if your call out wasn't bad enough, for you to insinuate that by Meg wearing that, it would encourage girls to wear revealing clothing that could lead to things happening to them. Miss Shepherd, can we please be for real? Seriously. To insinuate that a woman's clothing is the reason why anything happens to her. As a woman, crazy work, given the fact that so many victims of SA were wearing regular clothes, pajamas, onesies, as in children. Miss Shepherd, that take did not eat. It didn't even give a 6, 7. It gave about a 5 because it ain't 8. That shit was whack. And if you can't have that same energy for the males in our society who are actually displaying abusive and terrible behavior for the youth to absorb and take in, maybe you shouldn't say anything at all. Because while Meg Thee Stallion's out there showing that titty meat, she is also out there creating an organization to help bring awareness and resources to combating mental health issues. She's also promoting and making music to encourage women and anybody listening to embrace their mental health issues, to embrace that they're not okay all the time. But that titty meat though.
What's your take on what Sherri Shepherd said? Do you think she singled out Megan Thee Stallion? Because a lot of people are saying, yes, she singled her out. You're not in the position to put on your auntie shirt or your auntie cap right now because you don't do the same for other situations that a lot of people are pointing out in the stage. But I want to hear what you guys think. Did you think she said too much? Because yes, she is actually getting dragged. This person said, classy should be the attire for that event, and people need to be their own kids' role model. Stop leaving it up to the celebrities. This is giving two things can be right at the same time, and this is what I agree with. Yes, the promoting nudity and all of that can be a bit too much because morals and all of that, which is not everybody that has it or not everybody that actually cares about it. Morals can be subjective to people, but then again, saying celebrities are your kids' role model, nah. You should be able to raise your kids' role model and leave celebrities out of it. But still, I get the point that is being made. This person said, however, where was the auntie when Megan Thee Stallion got shot? Where was the auntie hat when people were saying it is her fault she got shot because of her relationship with Whole Boy? And this is another point that a lot of people are bringing up. But still, what do you think? Another person said, most of my memory of Sherri Shepherd includes her cleavage being all over the place in what she wore back in the day. And I think this is another point that I told you guys that people are coming at, like, oh, we remember you back in the day. Titties are out, so stop coming here and being a moral police. So the people coming up as trying to single out what she said about Megan Thee Stallion, because after pointing out three celebrities, she went back to Megan Thee Stallion saying, you don't choose to be a role model for kids. A lifestyle comes with that. Basically what she's trying to say. Another person said Sherri is not wrong and called out multiple parties, not just Megan. She has been in this industry for the longest. She wants Megan to have longevity. Jenna still never recovered in other communities. And it is so crazy they are saying, oh, we need to teach them. Megan is a 30-year-old woman. Why are you checking a grown woman about what she's choosing to wear? What do you think about what Sherri Shepherd said? And what do you think about what people are saying? Like I said, my own opinion, two things can be right at the same time. And that very first comment I read out to you guys is my own point. But I still want to hear what you guys think in the comment section. And I will catch you guys in the next episode.